Tanner Larson here, and I wanted to shoot you a quick video to show you my own do-it-yourself Big Ass Whiteboard. I shot a couple videos just a little while ago, and then I got a bunch of Skype messages and people saying, hey, how did you do that? How's your video set up? What are you using? So I figured I would show you guys kind of what I'm doing. All right, I did the do-it-yourself homemade version because in my office at my house, it's not the best shape. It's not ideal for filming. So I needed to kind of have a better solution. And I was going to do the whole paint on the wall, the idea paint. However, my walls are textured. So to be able to write and have it display clearly and reflect properly, you have to first sand down your wall and refinish it, and it's just a real pain in the butt. Plus, the idea paint is very expensive, and after a while of wiping the stuff off and using the cleaner and whatnot, it kind of smears and it can have some issues. So I looked around for a different solution. There are some big whiteboards you can buy, like classroom size, but they're pretty industrial looking, institutional looking, whatnot, and didn't really fit for my office, and I didn't really want to spend $250, $300 on just a whiteboard that I may not even use because I wasn't sure I was going to like whiteboard videos. So anyway, what I did is a different way. I found a different solution. This, what you're seeing right here, is actually a piece of gloss white marker board that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. It is 4 foot by 8 foot in a section, okay? And I bought just the 8 foot section, and then I actually had to have about a ½ a foot cut off on this side because I have a closet door and trim piece that prevents it from getting all the way over. So I had to cut it to fit. All you have to do to mount it is just drill it with drywall screws straight into your wall. All right, now that still kind of looks ugly at that point, and if you don't care, it doesn't matter. But if you want it to look pretty, then you can get some trim molding from Lowe's or Home Depot and cut it to fit and put it around the edge of the board and frame the board really nicely. I have mine cut in the garage. I just stained it. It's drying, so it'll look really nice when it's all said and done. But what you see right here looks like a big whiteboard, but really it's just something that I applied to the wall. It's got a protective coating on it, so you can use the dry erase markers on it. The only thing that doesn't work the greatest is with a regular eraser. When you erase, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it still leaves an outline a little bit. So I use the chemical, just the regular squirt chemical, and a paper towel to clean off the board after I'm done writing on it. Other than that, though, this board works great. It's about 18 bucks a sheet, and if you need it cut, just measure it in advance, and they'll cut it for you at the place. Really, really good, including the trim pieces and the stain. I'm in this board about 30 bucks, and it's going to look way better than a professional whiteboard that I could have bought because it'll blend in with the trim pieces at my house and things like that. Okay, for lighting, that's the biggest issue is lighting, and I'm not very good at it. I'm still learning, but what I found that works the best for me is a photo lighting kit of 3 600-watt lights with soft boxes. I got a set off at eBay. Actually, I got a four light set off eBay for about 170 bucks, and they're 4 bulb 600-watt lights with a soft box and a stand. And there's tons of different kits on eBay. Any of those will be fine. The cheaper ones have pretty crappy stands, and once it falls over, it's broken. So go ahead and buy one of the little bit higher quality ones if you want it to last a little bit. But the lights are all good quality for what you need, and they work great. The next thing I have is I have 2 torch lights, like the ones you have in a living room that have the little base and the 1 bulb in the top. I have one of those in each corner of my office just for ambient light that I have reflecting off of the ceiling just to kind of add more light and overall fill light to the room. The big thing there is to change out the bulb with what you normally would have and put in one of these energy efficient bulbs, but you want the 26 watt or 28 watt bulb, and in the 6500K in the luminosity range, you want it to be as white of a light, almost a bluish light as you possibly can. You don't want to go all the way into the blue range, but the 6500 range is what you want because that matches what you'll get in your photo lights for your 600 watt lights. So 6500K bulbs, put those in your 2 torch lights. That gives you the fill light around your board to help it fill in nicely. That was supposedly all I needed after I talked to some people, but I had some problems with shadow behind the board, behind my head when I was moving. So what I did was I had a overhead fluorescent light, one of those shop lights that uses these 2 fluorescent bulbs. A 2 bulb light, it's another $20 investment from Lowe's or whatever, and I hung that right over the board against about 3 inches from the wall. Okay, what that does is those 2 fluorescent lights, they're also 6500K bulbs, so they're the same luminosity and luminescence or whatever that word is, with all my other lights, and they shine down right behind my back, illuminating the back of my head a little bit and the board to prevent dark shadows and make the board look nice and bright. Okay, that's really all there is to it. It works pretty well. I'll show you guys a link below here of an actual video, and you're looking at a video right now, so you can see how my face is lit. I have a softbox light right here, lighting my face kind of head on, but a little bit off to one side. I have a softbox light over here, hitting one of the 600, the 4 lights that I have 3 of them lit. One here, one over here, and then one over here. The 2 on the sides are pointed at the board kind of behind me, and the one right here is above the camera, angled down, kind of pointing at my face. And then again, I have a light over here, the torch, which is just one of those regular like living room lights you would use if you didn't have enough light in the corners of your living room or whatever. And those things I think you can get for probably 15 or 20 bucks or whatever at Walmart if you wanted something like that. But I just used them as for extra fill to get a little bit more bright light. As far as my camera, I have ZI-8s. I know you can use your iPhone or whatever. Some people like that better. I've got 3 of these. I love them. They're awesome cameras. And then I have a lapel mic or a lavalier mic. That's actually a lapel mic, but I don't like the big clicky thingy. So I have a little piece of tape holding it right here under my shirt. It works great, and the sound quality is excellent. I also have a tripod. My tripods are made by Proline because they're the same ruggedness and features as like the Manfrotto tripods, but they cost like a tenth of the price. I think the Manfrottos are about 180 bucks a piece, and the Prolines are about 30 bucks a piece, and they're just as good. So that's really my entire setup. The big things are the soft boxes. You need soft boxes to help spread and soften the light so they're not too bulby looking. You need 6500K bulbs for anything else that you do. Fluorescent light or something above back here that helps. If you have another softbox light on a boom that you could hang overhead, that would work as well. But anyway, guys, that's the excitement and extent of my whiteboard video and how I make my whiteboard. Again, super easy to do, but if you have any questions, you guys can hit me up. You guys have my email, you have my Skype, and let me know. See ya.